I want to talk for a few minutes today, though, about the work we hopefully get to quickly. The first numbered bill in this new Senate is the bill to authorize the Keystone Pipeline. In the 6 years that Canada has been waiting to try to sell us a product that we need, I've talked about this as many of us have many times. It's hard to actually think of what I might say today that hasn't been said before in that 6-year period of just doing what I believe and what most Americans believe is the logical thing for us to do. Our best trading partner, Canada. More North American energy is one of the critical keys to our economic future. As I over and over again think of the list of opportunities in front of us, that has to be near the top. What happens when you have more American energy? What happens when we're more self-sufficient with our two closest neighbors for the energy we use, the energy we need? What happens when we're less dependent on economies that we don't do as much business with? Or places that aren't as friendly to us as our neighbors to the north and our neighbors to the south. More American energy has an impact on utility bills. It has an impact on transportation. It has an impact on whether we're not going to make more things. And an economy that grows things and makes things is stronger than an economy where we just trade services with each other. We should be looking for those things that create that competitive incentive for us to get back into manufacturing. We were able to pass in the last session of the Congress a bill I co-sponsored with Senator Brown from Ohio on advanced manufacturing. And I think it's going to have an impact on doing things in different ways, but I don't suggest it would have a greater impact than a utility bill that somebody thinking about building a factory understood that they had a great likelihood of being able to pay for a long time and in a competitive way, or a delivery system that works. Those are the kinds of things that will create more American jobs. Now, the Keystone Pipeline clearly creates some jobs in and of itself. I think just 20,000 jobs or so is the estimate just to build the pipeline, another 20,000 for all of the support of material and things that go into that pipeline. I think the State Department, the President's own State Department, has a number that's 42,000 jobs would be created if we go to this shovel-ready project. And we had a lot of discussion in the country when the President became President about the importance of finding shovel-ready projects. Here's a project where people have had the shovels in hand for a long time. They've got a product we need. We're their best trading partner. It's logical that they would want to sell it to us. It's equally logical that we should want to buy it from them. The State Department says over and over again, and this is a State Department where the Secretary of State put in place by the President, who yesterday said he'd veto this bill. The State Department over and over again says there's no environmental impact we should be concerned about. For people who say, well, the Canadians should be concerned about the impact of taking that oil out of the ground, that's really going to happen. The oil sands are going to be heated up. The oil's coming out of the ground. It's going to be sold to somebody. And the question here is, do we take advantage of that logical opportunity, or do we give that opportunity to somebody else? And then somebody will say, as we get into this debate next week, well, maybe there are 40,000 jobs to build the pipeline, but only 3 or 4 dozen jobs to run the pipeline. Well, of course, it's a pipeline. It's not a complicated thing to do, but it is the logical and easiest way to move fuel that we need, oil that becomes part of our commerce and other commerce. But anybody who thinks that those are the only jobs that are created when we grasp the idea of more American energy just isn't thinking about what this means to our economy. There are lots of jobs to be created. That's why this has become such an important issue and such an important vote, not just for the pipeline itself, but for what the message it sends to the American workforce, a message it sends to people who are thinking about making things in America, the message it sends to our future economy. This is one of many things that are just waiting for us to take advantage of them so that we can grow our economy in new and positive ways. Among the things that will be said that I will disagree with on this in the next few days, well, this is only 35 permanent jobs. Anybody who believes that embracing more American energy is only 35 American jobs is either kidding themselves or just trying to kid the American people. We need to take advantage of this. There's no government funding involved, just government approval. This is a $7 billion project. $7 billion, 42,000 jobs. The government just has to say yes. 6 years, several months ago, I think about 2 months ago now, we passed the 6-year anniversary of the Canadians having the application asking for us to let them do this. And why do they even have to do that? Because you cross an international border. We build pipelines in the country all the time with very little federal involvement. This is revenue for the states and communities and counties that this pipeline goes through. There's a revenue stream there. You pay for the permanent ability to use that, to provide that, to have that infrastructure available to you. A $7 billion project, revenue for state and local government, but most importantly, a sign from the people of the United States of America through their government. We're going to take advantage of this great opportunity of more American energy that's in front of us. Senator Hoeven, since he came to the Senate, the same day I did 4 years ago, has been a leading advocate for this. As a North Dakotan, he understands what energy can do to the economy. He also understands the importance of being able to transport that energy product around in the right way. This frees up train cars for manufactured goods and agriculture and other things. It does this in the best way. Senator Manchin joining with Senator Hoeven as the principal sponsors of the bill. Again, a leader on these energy issues who understands energy issues. And then I'm pleased again to be a co-sponsor of this bill. I think there are 60 of us who have co-sponsored the bill, clearly enough to send the bill to the president's desk. It'd be nice if the president would look at the opportunity and decide to sign this bill. This is an important part of the future of the country. It's time for the Senate and the Congress and the government of the United States to wrap its arms around what this can mean to the people of the United States. It means good jobs. It means a different future than if we don't have it.